Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, I want to ask for her hand in marriage. Got an email here from a viewer, and he says, "Hi Coach, I'm writing this email because I feel like I'm losing the best thing that has ever graced my presence." Sounds like you got this girl on a pedestal already, so you need to slow your roll, dude. He says, "I'm 34 and she's 32, and I'll start by saying I moved to the state of Washington after visiting there for a vacation with my ex. And me and my ex split, and then I met my current girl that I'm with. She is from the state of Rhode Island, and I'm from Illinois. She moved to the state of Washington with her kids and her now ex-husband. He took a management position there, and they divorced, and she and him still live there, but he has since remarried and spends time with his kids. He says, I met her in November of last year, and since then she has given all I ever wanted and needed. She considers me everything and treats me like a king on good and bad days. Well, I have trashed that, and now she has made a definite stance and has broken all ties with me. She responds to my calls and texts, but she won't tell me to move on. You should never try to keep somebody who doesn't want to keep you. And it sounds like she altered the terms of your relationship unilaterally, and you continued to hang around in hopes that it would change. Well, when a girl dumps you and you're not interested in becoming friends or her male girlfriend, you simply say, hey, I love you, I adore you, but I am not interested in that. So if you change your mind, give me a call. And then you walk away and you never look back. You got to grow a set of balls and walk away. Because when she encounters the 97% of the dudes out there that don't get it, or unless she's already hooked up with somebody, she's hooked up with your replacement, so to speak, I mean, it's simply a matter of time, usually before the other guy does something to fuck it up, and then she starts to think about you and wonder, wow, that guy wasn't really so bad. Maybe I should give him a call. And then when she calls you, you should just assume that the reason she's calling you is because she's thought about it and she's changed her mind, and she simply wants you to create a fun-filled romantic opportunity for sex to happen. And so when they do come back, the best thing to do is say, hey, well, great, we should get together and catch up. Why don't you grab a bottle of wine and come on over to my place and we'll make dinner together. And just have her do that. Have her come over, make dinner together, seduce her when she comes back over. That way you're not taking her out, because she really hasn't earned you back yet at that point. And you want to make sure she's really into you and that she's willing to make the effort. And so that way when she comes over and you guys hang out and have a good time, I mean, because the whole purpose of hooking up with women is what I like to call the 3 H's. First one is hang out. The second one is have fun when you're hanging out. And the third one is hook up when you're hanging out. So the bottom line is all a guy really needs to focus on when he meets a woman that he likes is to hang out, create an opportunity for sex to happen, make a date, meet her up for a drink, or meet her out for dinner, or take her out to dinner. It doesn't really fucking matter what you do. Go bowling with her, go shoot some pool, throw some darts, have some beers, go to happy hour with her, go do something fun with her. And so that's the second part, which is have fun, which means when you get together, have fun on your date. And focus on having fun, making each other laugh, and just have a good time. And then at some part in the date, make a move on her. Go for the kiss, and once she gets a little frisky and you start making out, you say, hey, why don't we grab a bottle of wine and go back to my place? And if she's down with that, more likely she will be, then you just hook up with her. I mean, that's the whole purpose of a date, is to ultimately create an opportunity for sex to happen. So he says, it stings, and our last communication was summed up as she was wishing that she felt the way that she used to feel about me 10 months ago, and that if that was the case, that we'd be in a better position. He says, I want to give her space to breathe and so on, but I want to stay relevant and around her without being overbearing and a stalker. Well, that already tells me that you're already acting like a stalker, because if you've been following my work for any period of time, you would know that when a woman does this to you, you just say, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in being friends, and I'm not as interested in being broken up. So give me a call if you change your mind. Give me a call if you want to work on our relationship and you want to hang out again. And then you just walk away and you never look back. And when she does reach out to you or text you, just assume it's because she wants you to create a fun-filled romantic opportunity for sex to happen. And that's all you need to do. You don't need to focus on getting back together or any of that stuff. Just create an opportunity to have fun together, hang out, hook up. That's all you got to do. Rinse, recycle, repeat, and just focus on that. He says, to note, I have lied to her. I cheated in a way. Not physically, but I went out with my ex and she found out but forgave me. He says, I walked out on her and her kids when she was sick at home. She forgave me. Seeing evidence of other women in my car while we were on the mend, she forgave me. I know she loves me and misses me, but me being me, I want her now and I don't want to wait. And you say you know that she loves you. She loves you so much that she dumped you. Come on, dude, you're bullshitting yourself. He says, I'm ready to commit to her and her children. It's interesting that, like, when a guy gets dumped, it's like, the thing you got to look at is, why weren't you putting your best foot forward? Why were you screwing around on her, cheating on her, and lying to her, and doing all these things? Obviously, you weren't putting your best foot forward at some point in the relationship, and you really didn't give a rat's ass about her until she dumped you. And that's something you need to think about. Because at the end of the day, if you get this girl back, whatever the reasons were that caused you to stop putting your best foot forward, they're still there. People don't change. They might become a better version of themselves, but at the end of the day, they still are the way they are. And you need to think about that. You need to contemplate on, why did you get turned off to the point where you didn't put your best foot forward with her anymore, that caused things to spiral out of control to where she ended up dumping you. He says, I want to ask for her hand in marriage. Come on, dude. No, you don't. You're just trying to get her back and you want to lock her down. That's what it really is. And so you think by putting a ring on her finger will make you feel better about yourself and where you stand in this relationship. And I'm telling you, dude, that's a bad way to go. Because the only thing that you need to focus on as a man is just creating a fun-filled romantic opportunity for sex to happen. So when she reaches out to you, when she hasn't heard from you, just assume it because she wants to get together again. So just say, hey, why don't you grab Mama and come on over to my house and we'll make dinner together. And that's all you got to do. If she won't do that, just say, hey, give me a call when you change your mind. And when she's reached out to you twice on 2 different occasions and you've asked her out both of those times and she gives you an excuse or tells you that she can't, then don't ask her anymore until she calls and actually brings it up. And if she doesn't bring it up, keep the phone call to 3 or 4 minutes and say, hey, it was nice chatting with you, but I got to run. Keep in touch. And then one of 2 things will happen. She'll either bring up getting together or going out or seeing you, and if she does, then arrange it. Make a date with her. But if she never does, she'll either stop calling or she'll bring it up. So either way, you'll get her back or you'll find somebody better. That's all you got to do. He says, I want to ask for a hand in marriage, not as a knee-jerk reaction. Or really, why'd you bring it up then? Because it was a knee-jerk reaction, because you want to lock her down and make yourself feel better about the situation. It's like you're trying to catch her. And you must love the other person in such a way that they feel free. So trying to get to her to commit to marriage when she's dumped you is not going to cause her to feel free. It's actually going to cause her to run from you. He says, not as a knee-jerk reaction, but as a man telling all 3 of them that I'm not leaving again, that I love all of you and want you to accept me into your lives. That comes after a long, sustained period of a nice, loving, healthy courtship. Not the kind where you walk out on her and blow her off. He says, I guess if I knew there was an end date to this stalemate, then I'd wait gladly. But I'm living with the fear that if I don't remind her I love her and then I'm with her, she'll think that I've moved on. What do? Let her think that you've moved on because she dumped you. You don't try to stay in a relationship when somebody doesn't want to be in with you any longer. And no matter how much you stalk her or act like a stalker, I know you've seen that shit in the movies thousands of times and in TV thousands of times. It doesn't work, dude. All it'll do is end up with you getting a restraining order in real life. And so what you should do is focus on applying what I teach with other women and start getting some other options. And when she calls you or texts you or reaches out to you, arrange a date. It's all you got to do. But if you keep chasing her, eventually she's just going to block you and treat you like a stalker. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session, and you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, there's a box that has a link that will take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, just download one of their free e-reader apps for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you can show your appreciation right now by going to my website, and on the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. I will talk to you soon.